G.I. Joe remote storage sites. I want all those lovely vehicles dusted off and prepped for action.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the G.I. Joe Classified Series HasLab number 145, Night Force, David Crazylegs Thomas. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the final figure, the final tier 3 of the G.I. Joe Classified Series HasLab Dragonfly set, and this is Night Force, David Crazylegs Thomas. So finally, the HasLab Dragonfly is coming to an end, and this will be our final review for this set, and here is Crazylegs. So first, let's go ahead and go over the box here. We have the black and blue with the Wild Bill decal on the back. Night Force, G.I. Joe Classified, HasLab, David Crazylegs Thomas. There he is inside with his black jumpsuit. You see he's got some extra accessories in there, which we'll go over and check them out. Around to the side, small artist render here at the bottom. Night Force, there's some stats for you. 145 at the top. On the back, you have the full back art picture of Crazylegs right here. Pretty decent, kind of a goofy face, but it looks good. Stats again at the bottom. And around to the side, we have 145 at the bottom. Get that up. G.I. Joe and the side picture. So as I said, we're going to go ahead and bring them all out and show you all four together. So here you go. If you bring them all four together, you have that nice little picture here. You got Wild Bill down on the left, followed by Ripcord, Glenda, and then Crazylegs. And it's pretty cool. So now let's get these three out of here. And we will focus on Crazylegs. So, yeah, let's go ahead and pop him open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. So, I don't know about most of you, but as a young kid, I had Crazylegs. I didn't think he was one of my favorite characters, but he was okay. I think when they re-released him with the, I guess the Pursuit of Cobra line, I liked him a little bit more. I thought the figure was cool. He has some nice looks to him. And I never did get the Night Force version from A Real American Hero, but we have this one now, which is kind of odd. You know, they start out with the secondary teams before they make the, I guess, the normal OG, but I'm cool with it, I guess. So here he is in the plastic dungeon, and I did not go over the backdrop, but that is the same as the other three. So we discussed them in the first two videos in depth, so we'll just leave it out for that. But here he is, a bunch of accessories in here, and the figure looks pretty good. Seeing the head in person, I think that portrait looks a lot better than, you know, looking at it through the window. But looks okay. So let's go ahead and get the accessories out, and we'll go over each one by one. Okay, we have everything out to the side. So let's go ahead and start with his knife. And here you have a pretty basic knife here. You have the black handle, silver blade. This looks pretty good. I like the style of this. This is maybe, we might have seen him once or twice, but this is one they don't regularly use, or it might be new. I have to double check, but I'm not positive. But pretty cool. Next up, we have his backpack. So here it is, all black. It has the red straps on here running through it. Peg at the back to plug into the figure. A lot of detail in it. You know, the wrinkling and all that good stuff. You see some stitching here and a little button. So pretty basic but cool. Nice we actually get a backpack with that. Goggles number 1. So here's the first pair, which is the smaller, and we'll bring out the second pair, which is the larger. So obviously these are for the figure's head itself, and these will be to go over the helmet or probably the hat. They got that kind of metallic green lens on it, which looks pretty cool. Like that. So they look good. Next we have his SMG here. You can see, not sure what exactly this is off the top of my head, but looks modified, of course. You have a foldable stock, which actually folds in. That is awesome. Thank you, God, for them doing this. been asking, you know, make these stocks foldable if they look like they're foldable. So that is cool. I like the addition with that. But nice submachine gun. You got some pretty good detail in there. There's your scope and sight at the top. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. Magazine is removable. So yes, we finally got something, you know, worth talking about in one of these figures. So very cool. Next up, we have his pistol. Also looks like a new version, new model. So pretty nice. A little bit of detail, not too much, but it's more modernized, more kind of flattish, I guess you could say. There's a little bit of a grip on each side of the handle down here. The trigger guard, hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. So nice with that. And then we have his helmet. So here it is. Also looks like something fairly new. Green with the black accents. As you can see, he's got, looks like some headphones attached to it. Chin strap. Pretty nice detail in there. All right, cool, cool, cool. And then the final accessory, we have his cap. So all red, it's got some black on it. You know, typical Crazylegs. We'll see how we're going to put it on with them. Might be able to fit it on, you know, with a couple things. Maybe put it on under the helmet and have it the brim sticking out, or, you know, just have him dropping with it on backwards. We're going to check out a couple different poses to see how it looks. And now for the figure. So here is Night Force Crazylegs. And he looks pretty good. Yeah, a lot better than I thought. I was seeing some of the matte black in here and then the gloss, but it actually is, you know, pieces that need to interact with each other for that. You know, like you had these padded pieces around on his chest, shoulders, down at the cod piece. They all interact with each other, so that's nice. Down around the back, the inner legs. None on the arms, it looks like, but it kind of runs down his back some. Let me see, got the red pouches. He's got the black harness, as well as a little bit of web gear, it looks like. Or not quite, it's not attached, but he does have that shoulder harness up here, a couple grenades attached, and a sheath. The green belt, the drop leg holster on his right leg. Got the green gloves. He's got that little patch over here on the right arm. Look around the back. Pretty cool. Give you a close-up of the portrait there. Not too bad. Now let's check out his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint and can rotate a full 360. A little tight there. Can look down and up. A little bit of side to side. He has a lot of range of motion in that neck there. So that might be a plus, you know, especially if you want to have him, you know, like paratrooping and jumping out of a plane or a helicopter for that. Very nice. Over at the arms, the shoulders are attached at butterfly joints. There's the hinge. Allow the arms to go that far up. Rotate a full 360. Bicep rotation. Double jointed pinless elbows. Down at the hands, you have the hinge peg at the wrist, and these will allow them to go down or up in an angle. And that would be the same for the left hand. Down and up. So ab crunch, probably going to be difficult with, you know, all this gear he's got on, but come forward about that far, and he can go back about that far. Not much at all, because this is pretty tight and it's kind of holding it together. He's got some waist swivel in there. Down to the legs, up at the hips. There's your drop leg, thigh rotation, double jointed pinless knees. Now we're going to check out how far his legs can come forward. About like that, that far back, out to the side, this far. Now this is the figure that people were complaining about. You know, these ball joints inside the legs were breaking. So I'm going to take a peek up in there and see how they look. Mine look okay, but I'm not going to force flex anything because I ain't trying to break this figure. So now continuing down the bottom of the leg, down right above the ankle, you have that lower calf rotation. He's got the hinge at the ankle to allow the foot to go that far forward, that far up, and a side-to-side pivot. So I think this figure has one of the best articulated bodies of the entire set. So that's nice to know. And now we're going to go ahead and gear him up. So we're going to start with his knife. And we're going to go ahead and see right there. That's pretty good. Nice hold. We're going to take the pistol out and throw that into the holster right here. Fits nice and snug. That's good. Before we figure what we're going to do with his SMG, we're going to go ahead and throw the backpack on. So we have to feed it literally through 2 harnesses and into his back. Get that plugged in. It's nice and small and compact, so that's a good thing. It fits the figure well. I like it. Check out his stability. Pretty good. I don't think he's going to need a stand. And now we'll go ahead and give him the SMG. Throw that in his right hand. I think all these figures have, you know, a weapon in their right hand, but that's all right. More of a dominant hand anyway. There we go. We're actually going to just fold this in, you know, have it more compact. You know, what's up? Catty cat cat. So, very cool. Now we're going to check out a couple of these head options here with the goggles, the hat, and the helmet. So we're going to take the hat, throw it on him first to see how it looks. It's not too bad. Take it off. If we flip it around the back, see how that looks. I kind of like that a little bit more. If we were to take the goggles, I think I have them upside down. Throw them on around the hat, and it gets set up a bit in the back, you know, come down over his face. That works, but I don't think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this back off, and if we want to take the smaller goggles and kind of feed them over, get them on them like that, and then we could throw the hat on. Maybe a little bit better. Really depends what you want to do with it, you know. That's okay. But I think we're gonna go ahead and try the helmet. So get that chin strap down and pop the on. Feels a little loose on him, and I do not think that the cap would fit on underneath of this, so that kind of sucks. But we can take the goggles and kind of force them onto the helmet. They're not one to go on either. I'm not trying to stretch them out too much and break them, but that would be an option. But yeah, so we're gonna go and take this back out and throw the smaller goggles on his head and then put the helmet back on and see how that looks. Can we get it over it? That's the thing. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to allow it, so that sucks. But I think we're going to be okay with that. So for the video and the figure, I think we're going to just go with the hat. So we'll just kind of throw it on him backwards. You know, I don't know how many people are doing this with theirs, but I want to stick to a more kind of laid out, you know, chilled Crazylegs, and I think that's pretty cool. That'll work. Now, if he was, you know, freebasing or, you know, jumping out of anything, I don't think he'd be wearing that. He'd probably have something over, because, you know, that's going to fly off. But he does have enough articulation to where we could do that, to where he'd be dropping. I think he'd look okay, you know, something like that. So it looks pretty good. But yeah, let's put him in a standing pose for the time being. We'll have him holding his helmet by the strap here. You know, maybe he's getting ready for a mission. And there we go. So now we'll go ahead and do a couple comparisons with some other figures from the Dragonfly set. Here's Crazylegs with his other fellow paratrooper and Night Force member. Here's Ripcord with Crazylegs. And here he is with Glenda. And we'll bring all three together, and we have the Dragonfly in the background while Bill is actually in the cockpit. So we're going to leave him in there, but here they are, tiers 1, 2, and 3, and they look good together. All right, just to make it some quick fun, we went ahead and threw Crazylegs onto this Hasbro dynamic stand. So we have him pretty much dropping from the Dragonfly right here, while Bill tipping his hat. Adios, partner. Maybe Crazylegs was standing up here on the landing bars and decided just to take a leap, and he's off. So just did that for fun. But now we're going to go ahead and toss him into another pose, throw him up onto the turntable, and we will give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Classified Series HasLab Dragonfly, number 145, David Crazylegs Thomas in Night Force garb. So, very cool figure. I gotta say, I was expecting him to be at the lower end of this, you know, probably come in last place amongst the 4 figures that came with the set. But after toying around with him, you know, checking out the articulation, which is great, looking at the accessories, which are new, it bumped it up. So he's probably tied right now in second with Wild Bill. I can't put either of them in the second place, so I'll just keep 3. We'll go Glenda, Wild Bill, and Crazylegs at number 2, and Ripcord's going to drop into the 3rd spot, just because I'm sorry, but Crazylegs kind of stood out. He kind of made and earned that spot, so I'm happy for him. Not having a Crazylegs as a kid, well, the Night Force version anyway, you know, this was kind of fun for me to be able to open. I did not have a modern Crazylegs either, just the regular normal versions. So with the regular version of Crazylegs, you know, soon to be coming, who knows if he's going to be a mainline wave or if he's going to be the retro collection, but I definitely got to get that. I'm looking forward to, you know, the red and gray jumpsuit that he has, and this was just kind of a tease for me, so happy to have him. He's a great figure, and looking forward to more. But overall, this is a great set. If you didn't get it, you really missed out. Be sure to check them out. You know, secondary market people, I think, have them up between $475 to $600. Somewhere it'll probably level out between $5 and $550, kind of like how the His Tank did. So if you didn't get one, there's still plenty of options. People out there who bought multiples are still selling them. So be sure to look around, grab yourself one if you have it. If you want one, I guess I could say, if you have the time to. It is a fun set. All right, so I think that's going to do it for this one. We have lots more coming up. Maybe get a video done this weekend. Plenty more into next week, so be sure to tune in and check it out. But until then, we hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media. And until then, we will see you on the next one. Peace.